So we'll keep an eye on that as well as we get into these rounds. Furia look to default Viper wall here up towards mid and go very fast.
Oh yeah, they're looking to go in with the Fury and already getting the first blood. 2 kills coming out from NW0 as they take the advantage into the A site. Unorthodox right now as they're still trying to clear towards the site. Artist trying to fight in the back, but gets knocked down here by Digizine. A 3-on-2 now. Assam is now discovered by the Trailblazer. Look at Furia, just moving across the map. They don't care for this plant. They just want to fight, but NRG does so as well. In the flick of an eye, it becomes now Medzine on a 2 versus 1, having to clutch this towards the B-site plant.
Just unawares there for a moment on U-Haul control. Easy kills from Medzine. No util up just yet as it's counting down. There's a guiding light for him to detect, to get a little bit of info. Quick shots coming in from NRG, grabbing the first round. Really nice reactions within the site. I feel like NRG thought they had taken everyone out almost, and everything was still in front of them. But Sam sneaking around there, able to figure out Medzine was in that U-Haul. They rotate early after his kill and get that defused. Nicely done. NRG now into a buy round here. See how they keep moving Sam around the map as well, how they're using this high tide over and over. And then where this wall will go. We just saw that Finesse used it through the teleporter to also block off showers, something you can do now on Bind. And they're trying to just play this map to slow Furia down. You can see already Furia wants to go fast.
Sorry, I was vibing to the track there.
That is, yeah, I just noticed that the other day too. Just adding little things each time the maps are coming alive. Default guiding light down B. Digizine and team still want it. We have that Sheriff in the hands of Digizine here and MW0. Yeah. See if they can get some impact frags in.
Furia was just trying to walk into the Cloudburst to avoid the guided light being thrown out by Crashies for that information. As we're scaling up slowly, 4 players up towards B long, but still a late lurk towards showers. It might be one of those rounds where we're looking to get the control towards the orbs unless we get some kills into the B site when this wall comes down. But Furia, once again, GB mentioned it, they have to come out with a plan. It's going to be the protocols, playing it very slowly, trying to find these gaps, take advantage of their eco round in the second round.
Yeah, right. Stay ahead of FNS, or Finesse rather. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. A good flank though. I like the pressure from QC here. Quick coming out here on the right side. Digizine does open up the site and he'll have elbow control as the team can slowly scale in now. Spikes down. Covered by Victor in the hookah.
That's an error in the column right there, because all of Furia are looking to suppress and support Digizine inside this B site, but the spikes down out in the open in hookah. Double support out there, and it's the last 2 players of the support for NRG actually.
One enemy
as
remaining.
QCK did get a pick. Now a pinch coming through as Sam was on a 2 versus 1, and somehow the air column still gets fixed for Furia on that Thrifty.
Coming up with a very big round. I thought it was almost a mistake that Furia was so split there, trying to find different ways in without enough cover or utility to get each other, right? Digizine was so far ahead, and we still saw that QCK was on the other side of the map. They lost smokes almost right away, but still come up with the frags on the round. So a little bit of an error there, as you said, by NRG. And now it will be 3 guns on the board here, with still a few low buys for Medzine and QCK. Furia, I don't think will let up on this pressure. They have been farming orbs for MW0, and I think we have another one right here in showers once they gain control. That's going to be a lot of showstoppers NRG is going to be putting up with if this kind of ground can be gained each round. A little bit of a bank nade, trying to clear out Artist actually, so he's able to stay safe, but Medzine still knows.
Yeah, it's still getting pinged out. So
they
did a molly instead, the wide swing to 3 players right there. And yeah, nothing really that NRG could do to clean up some kills. The highest buy that they had was a stinger, unless Finesse gets the flank here. Not gonna happen, but a showstopper now ready into this round.
Takes a Viper to know a Viper there. Quick turnaround kill for QCK. And now we'll have guns back on the board. Sam does have the Reckoning. So if MW0 does decide to go for the ultimate, there may be an opportunity to completely split MW from the team with that Reckoning and take him out as he comes into the site, nullifying a lot of the effect of the showstopper coming into this round. And honestly, it's a round NRG needs, having lost that second and third after their pistol round.
Water rising.
Oh, aggressive wall once again. There's the showstopper. Victor and Artist down. Wow!
We had a Reckoning available too for the retake for Sam, as you wanted to try to play on that information, fall back and react, but they had no time to react with those instant kills coming out from the duelists. Digizine and NW0. And this is going to be a long attempt of a save now for the last two players of NRG. Already going through the TP, Finesse falls, and it's up to Crashies. Being lurked up now by QCK with support from NW0. Gets the first one, but a little bit off. Wow, and an opportunity to line them both up, but now all of NRG lose their weapons. Nothing to work with moving into round number 5.
Furia getting the first kill every round so far will trigger a timeout here. Coming in from NRG, things are falling apart fast. NRG even with the thought there to throw the high tide early into that mid-air short area, get a little bit of space, but it was instantly taken. Nobody even cares. There's the wall of water in front of them. And just forward they go.
And that's a great point, actually, you bring, Riv, because that high tide is supposed to slow people down going through it. But now you have a jet dash that goes through it and double satchels. It doesn't slow down too much, because you have to react quick behind that. But again, NRG didn't have a chance, so the timeout's being called, and they have to adjust now to this aggression that Furia has been pulling out since the beginning of this bind map.
So if the way to protect for this is if you continuously see MW0 farming these orbs, you just have to kind of push and pull like somebody's ready to hit a home run. Start backing up to the outfield, get out of the site, and make sure you can get back in for the play itself with enough members, because Furia is getting to these sites, finding NRG 2 members down, right? Yeah. We saw that dash in there. It's pretty interesting the way that they're able to get in and just make NRG look discombobulated right away. So 2 ults now, Crashies with Seekers. They should be able to defend out here. If getting a few kills, we may see those ults used so NRG can secure this low buy round. Furia on a tear, though. A split, too, for Digizine here. So Digizine has added a lot of pressure to the rounds, as we just saw. His focus towards B definitely draws some eyes if they see him other than this guiding light making info contact. So Furia now trying to play a little bit more of the map and get NRG mixed around.
You see the changes from buy now with both teleporters. You could bring that toxic screen across the TP, cover up Hookah, cover up B, and then also even cover up the Showers area. But again, it's another one of those satchel pushes from Furia, taking control of Showers very early. And NRG forced to play these tight angles just behind these doors, behind these corners. Doesn't have the advantage with the Stingers that they currently have. Full armor, of course, on top of that for Furia.
Yep.
That's going to mitigate a lot of that damage coming out of these Stingers.
Sam there mitigating a 1-minute mark hit with a quick cascade towards mid. Artist wall up, so they're trying to deny everything right now. If you had a bit of that signature ability used, that 40 seconds would be up. You'd expect a second hit just about this time. So NRG just playing the game safe. They're now trying to figure out what's happening. There goes Digizine again.
The crossfire set up for the first kill. But it's still going to be Furia taking over this A site. You had the opportunity to play behind these high walls. Victor's not going down without a fight until that one. The swing out from NW0. And it's up to a 3 versus 1. But yeah, as I was trying to mention, they were trying to fight behind his high tide, but Medzine Seekers really foiled all of those plans.
It's round after round. It just doesn't seem like they can get an answer on what Furia is doing here. And it's what they maximize, right? Being able to gather the utility to help Digizine, to help MW0, and even in different situations. If it's just MW0, that utility changes, and they make sure that it's confidently towards the raise, towards what a raise can kill. If it's Digizine, it's more of the util find and more backside, because he'll keep going. Really interesting way that Furia is able to scale the site or choose to stay back and still play this fight game here, right? Digizine doesn't go up and over. He stays early for default to get the quick trades. And it's a little bit later for MW0 to finish the round. Really versatile right now from Furia.
So another slow start for NRG. On bind, just as he did versus 100 Thieves on this very map. This time no Cloudburst though, so you get the early information from the guided light. The South boost, the adjustment to put more towards the B garden. And thankfully the Slorb, yes, is going to attack a bit. There's going to be a lot of utility to push Artis out of his position. Still opens up with the first kill, avoids the rest of that
He's going to get out alive.
Takes it away, and a showstopper comes out from Showers to connect onto Khalil.
First bit of shower control we've seen now from NRG.
And QCK's always been good on the lurk. And answers back onto Victor. It's up to Som by himself into the A site until he has backup coming up here from Finesse. Both players of Furia in this A site just trying to hold out towards U-Haul, towards Lamps.
Noise and TP, maybe?
It's going to have to be potentially the last second. It depends if you get this position, this ground control, this map control towards the A site. If that's the case, we'll get the TP out through showers.
It's actually great that that guiding light hit. It's pulling the confidence of NRG, knowing that they have one, but the anchor of Artis right now could be the play. It almost looks like Mazine wants to second guess this and head back with the team as they have so much site control right now. But 30 seconds mean he's going to have to haul over there and get into position.
Gets a pit out.
Yeah,
that might force the players to come out too. And Digizine punishes Finesse running out. Gets a second one of the crashes as well, but the reckoning comes out from Som. Disadvantage now for NRG. 10 seconds left on the clock. The plant comes down. And the players of Fury are playing inside of this pit. Mazine's still alive to get the heal up onto his teammates. Som now. Position given away by a flash. Pushing out towards the default and gets picked off by Mazine. Leaving now Artis solo. And he's going to cut his losses. Moving back here to save the weapon, and that's Furia. With a punishing blow from Digizine right under Heaven, out towards that A site.
Exceptional map control right now by Furia. Even trying to find themselves numbers down in situations, they're still able to encroach a little bit more into enemy territory, take the entirety of A, and pressure NRG's hand into a move that gets 2 members killed right away by Digizine. Like, absolutely incredible stuff. This is what they need here in this run, in this final run that they were talking about that Digizine mentioned. 5-1 now. Here is NRG are getting taken down on Bind. Their pick coming in, and like I said, we haven't seen too many other teams now on this Bind map. They did play 100 Thieves to it, about 9 there, but you can't put it by a team. They haven't been practicing the heck out of Bind right now. And Furia looks to come with a little bit of counterplay too, to exactly how NRG wanted to play their defense.
100%. You get that definitely from the coach that's finally able to meet up with Furia.
Yeah, Carlisle, so helpful.
And Frost.
Yep.
Pages of anti-strat usually being put against these teams, any team that they play against. And now an eco round. The save weapon doesn't come into fruition here as Artis also gets picked off. You're hoping to do something. A fake check from QCK allows Finesse to upgrade into a Phantom, but the rest of Fury are still moving into B for a plant.
NRG actually go for a big move on this one. Big kill by Finesse there, but already damage done by Digizine over there on NRG's wall, playing it against them.
Big flash.
Right in the retina. Little ping towards back here. They trailing.
It's another one to fall. So this
see how long he waits.
Another weapon upgrade. Now we decide, do we want to save these? And indeed we are.
Yeah.
Artis is already at 800, so these are going to be very important weapons moving into the next round for NRG. But one thing at least now for Furia is cycling through these ultimates they hand round after round, starting from a showstopper, then to a seeker, then onto a pit. Digizine still has his daggers. And 1 or 2 rounds away, you may have Khalil coming out with the orbital strike, so the protocols are really cycling through these type of ultimates. Playing aggressive around the ultimates too for Furia is paying off.
Incredible what Furia can do at this point in this game. You look to Digizine on top, 4-0 right now. First kills, first deaths. Victor's at 0-3. They're finding ways to shut down the defense and the offense of the defense, if you will. Victor cannot get this chip damage in. He can't find late game or late time in the round to continue helping the team with utility. Okay, so they're gonna ult quickly onto A.
Yep.
Or sorry, onto B long. And holding A with 3 right now. So NRG trying to force the hand of Furia a little more. We just saw Finesse pushing mid. They have to start putting something on the docket in the beginning of these rounds to make Furia think different.
And it works out quite well.
Yep.
The pit that you have down towards long B. Crash is playing behind it. You can flash through it. Play this off angle to get the kill onto MW0, and you're trying to funnel your opponents into that operator from Victor that we just heard ring and get the first blood into the round. Same thing though on the attack. Digizine has his own operator.
Yep.
It's only those 3 players trying to move forward. Upshot miss as the Blade Storm also does for Digizine. We're falling back here towards this B site. Mezzine still has a flash to work with. Crashy's trying to find an information and gathers it, so that pulls now Artist to rotate from this A site to B for support. Here comes the full hit. But it still crashes on his own as Artist falls on a rotate to spawn. Big Trailblazer to get a hit and a smoke to actually protect Khalil. He gets 2 kills on that, and that's the orbital strike that we just talked about. 23 seconds left, but at least Som gets the kill onto Mezzine. 3-on-3 is the 3-on-2 rather, as the pit's still up. They're covering down towards the spawn. Victor head to head. Op versus Op. Up against Digizine and Khalil, the last 2 players alive for Furia into this round. And as Victor peeks out, Digizine gets the aggressive push in. A 2v2 now. 2 rifles make that 1 rifle, and a brainstorm for the headshot.
They do it again? Furia is out of their minds right now. You have a team that wins 35% of their 4v5s. It's the highest in the league, and they just did it again. Actually, that was a 3v5 as well. But incredible, the things that Furia can find a member down to still work an opponent as strong as NRG to find the way into the site. Khalil, the #1 on this, and a great finisher by both of them in the 2v, whatever it needs to be. They're doing it right now. Incredible stuff.
7-1 in favor of Furia. Desperate times now for NRG. Wanting to change the game plan, play more aggressively. 3 players pushing forward. Does some damage onto Khalil and forces him to fall back. As Furia is also doing the same. All defaulting here to see if NRG is going to continue to press forward. We might activate a little bit later on here with a minute left on the clock, waiting for the heals to come back from Mezzine onto Khalil. Op shot missed towards long B here, but we couldn't capitalize on a double swing for the kill. But Victor pushes forward. It's instant trade at least. Should have had that shot onto QCK, but now the res comes out early. Same positioning right again for Crashies. Right by the shed. The satchel coming through. Shot missed. The swing out for MW0. Trailblazer from behind.
Oh my. It's a dance.
I don't think it saw a finesse though. As Crashies falls, he still gets the kill to Mezzine. So that's the spike down and the snake bite onto NW0. Up shot misses as Som gets the kill onto Digizine. Up to Khalil now to 3 versus 1. TP's across towards the A site.
Smoke.
Has 1 smoke left to work with and he uses it towards spawn. And at least guarantees the plant.
Does he have the lineup?
All 3 players are already there. Gets the first
Got
one
2.
there, the second one. Oh, that's a wall bang! Oh, gets there, but Artist saves it for NRG. An expensive round, but at least we'll take the round for NRG.
And too close, fans.
Yeah.
Too close. That was almost another round where Furia find the clutch. It won't happen. NRG, take a breath. NRG, do grab it. But it's every player is having absurd moments on the side of Furia right now. You can see NRG pushing up a little bit more. Getting the battle res here is very big. But any kind of ground they can gain in the beginning of a round versus Furia seems to be pivotal for NRG's information and the rest of the map.
And that was a mistake there from Mezzine, not clearing that left corner with the Trailblazer, which forced the spike to fall with finesse with the corner pick. Allowing for NRG to really gain an advantage, make Furia scramble on the retake of the spike. Now taking control of the orb too.
Yes.
A low buy coming out for NRG. Snake bite to delay from finesse as he falls back. We got Judges, Vandals, Bulldogs. As both snake bites already used now!
Oh my!
Spike down.
That
B.
went through the TP from the A site.
Beat boop. That was saucy. Very nicely done. Coming out of Victor right there. And I was wondering, here's almost have a fight on Hookah. I was wondering when that exchange for the Alt Orb and Shower would change. Fury was getting that for free over and over. Once you get the Viper Wall and the Sage Wall in, it's next to impossible to break that. Little cat and mouse. Victor with a 4K.
Yeah, we'll take that for sure.
Nicely done.
Beautiful showstopper and the answer back. Salvaging these rounds. Like we mentioned, it started off 7-1 pretty much since this eco that Furia won on that second round. And now it's time for Furia to even try to get that lead back.
Yeah.
Continue that spread of the lead that they've built.
This pause comes out after the first round. Furia have not been able to plan. Very aggressive from them in this game. Being able to get into the site, test NRG, on the defense, there's one of the reasons they didn't plan. A nuke going into hookah, able to take out most of the team. So seeing what they can shore up in that sense, not doing too bad. But at 7-3, we do see the coach wants to call a timeout and make sure the team stays on this path to victory. Few ultimates ready. Seekers, orbital strike. Post plant becomes even stronger now for Furia once they get these plants going again. If NRG cannot stop them. And they're close to getting a 9-3 here with a very dominating first half. The rounds they've won have not been messy, clean to the end. And they've been taking their time, too. We talked about the 4v5s. They're 2-0 in 4v5s when they're down a man on this map. I talked about the percentage earlier. I forgot the average. So they're at 34%. The average for winning those 4v5s is 27%. So, yeah. Furia is pretty wild when it comes to organizing the mid-round, figuring out the best practice to get back into that man-down situation.
Now as we resume the round, 11 here in this first half. Furia once again, the default of moving up, the double clear to make sure that nothing is coming up on either ends here of Long B. Operate, or should I say, sorry, a Phantom coming out from Victor in this round, actually, as they don't have it anymore. And same thing for Digizine. Vandal on his end. As Furia pulls back to go for an A hit.
I've got your trail.
Whoa.
Snakebite slow to start things off. Nice shot from Finesse. Swapping NW0 from the air. Orbital strike on the attack. We've played out towards U-Haul.
Yeah.
Som is also waiting in there. Counter Seekers coming out from the defenders. As it does get the hit onto Digizine. Artist trying to move forward, flushed out by Amali, forced to fall back, makes it back safely at least, as 3 players are closing in. Nice pain shells towards Towels as now the spike falls. Now the battle of the new barrel. Out towards the changes to the A bind. Medzine fights back onto Crashies, but still at a disadvantage or Furia.
NRG are doing all of this while Sam's still in sight, so great delay.
Wants to make sure that Furia, if they decide to TP towards the B site, could be there, but it's not needed. Somehow Digizine
cannot stop
opens up the site again, and the plant punting Sam at low HP in a 2 versus 1.
Furia right back to planting the spike. And now Sam, this harbor unbind, can he get the clutch?
One enemy remaining.
There's that wall bang to answer back at the Medzine, but he's now down to 6 HP. Trying to find Digizine here, and forces out the high tide.
Blocking fire.
The Cove then onto the tap. The Gulag to come through, but he steps out of it and gets punished once again by Digizine, who's coming out to play today.
Last round.
Feeling so good there. And we even see a change from NRG on that round and how they set up. With that high tide, them came Artis is slow. So they're predicting that there's going to be this fast hit from Furia, but they still can't stop it. Again, the round goes long. Furia figures out the positioning. Digizine does Digizine things. And it just happens. Really nicely played by Sam there to actually exit just a bit on a back left kind of walk. So you get the spherical help from your Cove in which angle you're about to see. So pretty heady play there, but still doesn't get it. And right in again go Digizine and crew. Furia's in A.
Now Sam's trying to play Duck Hunt after he pulls out the Reckoning. Bodies flying everywhere, but it's still Furia with the first blood. Trying to delay as much as we could, but we've delayed enough for the rotate to come across. Operator in the hands of Victor. All of the members of NRG is rotated across. Operator now lost. Pit to cover out towards U-Haul as Som finally answers back. And he's gonna have to do heroic plays. The full slice, double pit pretty much.
They're still in sight, and Furia's taking it.
Yep, and the wall bang onto Medzine, and a second one onto Endo. Even I was getting all these kills through the smoke. Oh my gosh, 1 versus 1 up to Digizine once again. Spots Finesse. Closing in on the gap. The legs are peeking out.
Just hunting.
But Digizine wins that fight, and they get that 9-3. The clutch coming out.
Oh my god.
From Digizine.
He's loud, but I've never seen him stand up, fans. Oh my word. Furia knows the beating that they're delivering to NRG right now.
That was so close there. An opportunity to get things done for NRG. A moment where Som could have swung it around for their side. Those 4 kills that he got through the Viper's pit.
Oh my god.
Caught into a reload. Nothing that he could do. Did his job. It's just floated across. Always saw that angle there on to Finesse and finally closes in for the kill. And with that, it's time to toss it over to our international icon, Golden Boy.
Thank you so much, Riven Van Silly. You know, you can question the way that Digizin puts on his socks and shoes, but you cannot question that my boy is out there fragging on the server right now. Mimi, Digizin was like Mary Poppins. He was like a deadly version of Mary Poppins, except with knives.
I'm convinced that he was just unkillable. The last 2 rounds, both, it looked like NRG was going to pull something out, and then Digizin just closes things in a ridiculous fashion. And it even rewinds earlier in this game. It was just in the first few rounds that this double duelist comp got rolling. The executes were just, it didn't seem like NRG was ready for the pace.
That story begins at the start of the half. They got ecoed the second round, and then countless times we're seeing NRG up in a ban advantage, 2-man advantage, and Fury still finds a way to claw back in. This is uncharacteristic from NRG, these unforced errors, letting DJ Zine take advantage of that, and a player of his caliber, he's going to hit those shots.
Like 400 ACS right now. It's absurd what he's putting up. And the thing is, it's a double duelist comp too. So it's both him and MWZera doing such a good job setting the pace in this one. I think you're seeing here some of the moments where NRG is still new to this composition. I think of that round 4 we just watched, where like someone's trying to put up a sage wall, a harbor wall is trying to get thrown. Well, they're getting fully ran over. This is reminiscent of the first time that Loud was bringing back double duelists on Split, actually versus NRG.
That's actually quite fascinating, and it leaves us in a question of, like, did NRG do enough Mel this half? Like 8-4, that's tough, right? You know, do you feel good about them going into the next half, NRG?
I mean, NRG's attack halves have always been insane. You can cope by saying it's the defense. They do have a very strong comp for defense, but we'll just see what they cook up on attack.
I mean, you say 9-4. I would have thought that too.
Oh, 9-3. Sorry, I said 8-4. My bad.
They robbed 2 rounds right at the end. It was absurd that TG won that. It should have been 8-4. It should have been a better opportunity for NRG. But Furia is so heavily in the lead. They're looking at peak form. I feel like this map might just be over.
Yeah, Furia is looking on fire. NRG needs to find an answer. Let's send it back to the casters.
Thank you, GB, Mimi, and Mel. And yes, indeed, a tough fight. Not a scoreline that you want to see if you're a fan of NRG to start things off on their map pick. And now, as Fury takes the defense, an opportunity for even DGZ to shine on the operator. With the way that he's been playing that first half, man, they got to figure out a way how to stop him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough if he's going to be holding hard angles. And to look at, actually, just thinking back to NRG playing 100 Thieves, they had trouble containing Asuna blasting into the site and lost a few rounds from that. But came back on the attack side, so almost history repeating itself here. Not in scoreline, but just in the style we saw for NRG's first Vine game here.
So interesting.
Oh,
3 players playing towards the TP as they're going through. For Furia, Trailblazer to clear out the site, that double to push across. There's that trade, but there's still 2 players to close in on the Crashies, and he does his job. A 3 versus 3. Finesse on the reeler for that double kill himself. A great start for NRG into the second pistol.
Wow, okay, things slow down for just a second here, thanks to Artist, but mid's getting pushed. Victor with another frenzy.
Not enough time here for QCK to come on a rotate to support his teammate. Now has to clutch a 3 versus 1 with only a Ghost. The first tap onto the spike, the spray across. The wall comes down on the other end, still gets the second kill. It's a 1 versus 1, but finally Victor is there with the frenzy. Just to save on the recross back to site as NRG gets the second pistol.
Oh my god, that round I actually couldn't tell if we had a defensive team. Furia played offense just as much as NRG there. Coming through the teleporter right off the rip. Digizine finding another first kill. And it just making NRG not look as coherent as we're used to seeing them. Honestly, Digizine is just having such a day over both Victor and Artis, who are down in first kill, first deaths. He is the duelist to watch right now. He's actually just like, MW, if you want to grab my slack, you can. But it's wild to see what Digizine gets going. Here we are into a round 14 and a bit of a map split here for NRG. They're going to use just a mid wall to go up. We'll see a few different ones here from Finesse as they try to work the map and condition their opponent, something that Finesse is so good at. We'll have to see how they try to here in the early parts of the game.
Exactly. The cascade that was pushed forward, and Medzine thought that he had a timing to get information down towards Sand, but Crashies was already ADSing towards the fountain. Here. Back into that spot, doing a lot of heavy damage. Now as they gain access into the B site, the wall across the execution comes in. And Medzine gets punished, trying to find that timing. All ready to rotate. At least comes back though for Furia. Pain shells ringing it across just to delay the plant a little bit more, but Crash Dude will finally get it down.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they still have finesse on the outside here. Not really worried about what kind of firepower is going to be coming from Furia. They can take this with that flank watch. This could be a bit of a backstab. I don't know for who yet. Depending on who moves here first. Looks like finesse will get the upper hand, being super patient.
Orb emitting.
If anything, to the loss of Som,
They're waiting for Digizine.
the timing on this.
Oh my word!
Riv
Now
with
they're
another
gonna go.
cast a curse.
I'm sorry.
There's a trade there from Som. At least we're going to seal the deal here, rather, for NRG. They're going to be able to at least capitalize on that second round, getting the second one into converting the pistol round that they won, which they failed to do in that first half.
Consumed and paid. Get a little bit of that money back.
We know what we're doing. Trust
Now,
each other and we'll be fine.
NRG grabbing the second one. Can they get their bonus? String some of these rounds together and catch back up to Furia and the pace they're trying to put here on to bind their first play of the map on VCT Americas now. Control ping over towards Showers. I think we're gonna get Digizine up on and down the box there. We'll play a little bit of duelist utility through this A site if NRG does decide to take it after all. Right now set up towards the default. And this wall just continuously used now by Furia, right? Oh, actually this one doesn't go through the teleporter. So a little bit of a miss on that one to the right. Shower control for Orb. Seekers for Crashy, so they're going to focus that up more than we saw. MW Zera getting focused on that raise. You can see how much finesse in the team really prioritize that information.
Smoke's down.
Digizine's on the top of the boxes to try to get a shot as soon as his wall comes down. Spots Song crossing over and dashes in back towards the site. Does get information on two players as a high tide comes out in the full execution for NRG. Sage wall coming up for a safe plant. Even a cove was dropped down to guarantee that plant. It's up to NRG to hold their grounds now as the high tide's about to come down. Victor with the forward position towards the APC. We hear the TP out towards the A side.
Great
and it's
coverage.
Mazine that gets the kill into Crash. It's almost a punishment there onto one. But it's still NRG at a disadvantage.
CK. They're finding
Tap
it.
onto the spike. Two left alive now for NRG. It's Artis and Victor on 2 versus 3. Victor going inside the Cloudburst for the kill of the Digizine. Big kill to get
Player standing.
as he gets traded off by Madzine. Artis on a 2v1. Makes it twice. Makes it 49 HP. Artis in the ambulance. Puts them in the clinic.
Oh, he does. Get out the stretchers. Wheel him in. Exactly what NRG needed. That bonus was huge, as we mentioned at the beginning of the round, to catch back up to Furia here. And that round actually looked like NRG had positioned themselves in the post plant for almost too many 1v1s. We saw Crashies go down there at the beginning, and then there was this, the Showers was taken. Quick got a kill, and it was all up to Artis. But you know what? Artis has been on point the last few weeks, even going back from the Jet to this Sage. So no worries there for NRG.
It was a very important round. We're right now on a smaller buy, focusing on potentially this orb for Digizine. Just to get the Blade Storm activated. A jump spot though from Madzine towards long. Damage down to 53.
Bit of a flash.
Uses them both right away.
Can't get out.
Second time gets punished right there for information. Wall comes up here from Hookah. But Digizine's just holding his angle this whole time, not picking up any orbs.
This is a spike down strat as well for NRG, so you know
Right.
they're trying to get exactly that out of Mazine. Who's going to fight us? Who's going to think we're only just pushing up to gain this space to go in? No, it's a fake. It's back to A for NRG. And this is what Finesse loves to do. Wait out these rounds, see who else can push. The patience here from Sam as well. We'll find Digizine from Showers.
That might open up the A site. See the lurk coming out from 2 other players from NRG. That's Finesse and Crashies. Making sure that we clear out towards U-Haul. There's a flash of spot, nothing. So the call for the rotate. The other 2 players that were
30 seconds
defaulting towards the B site, group it up. As NRG now are able to walk into an open site. Thankfully they did, because if they wanted to split into the B site, there was QCK with a judge waiting there.
And leaving nothing to chance. The anti-eco has played perfectly so far. You may lose a few on the way out. if Furia can be Furia and find those weird kills. But it looks like they're all staying. No, never mind. They are not staying. I thought they were going to stay by teleport, but now they're going straight through to the site, and you're also going to get QCK.
Enemy remaining.
And speaking of QCK, he's now the last player standing.
Farmed. Farmed.
Sam has a sixth sense today here.
That was like 5 jaws on the floor on the screen right there. Everybody in awe on that one. Sam's Harbor on this map. You got to call it out. It provides so much for the push, the space gaining, if they really want to go up towards mid, if they want to slow some things mid. We saw the Harbor Wall on defense was mostly being used to control a lot of what is coming up that gut into A.
Check him PC for that kill.
Check him PC. Yeah, just seeing the defuse clutches he had last week as well. Feels good on that Harbor, and Sam is making some content.
And just like that, 7-9 right now. Closed in gap, our energy looking much stronger on the attack, much more comfortable. As his double controller might be that opportunity to really split these sites open and get into here, but it's been a lot of these plays where converting into that bonus round actually against Furia's gun round really hurt them for Furia.
NRG's been so good at getting that spike down. 4 out of 4 rounds they've been able to collect here. So yeah, Furia really struggling on getting those retakes. Not one yet successful here in this second half. So really have to see how they switch things up. That could probably be reaching deep into the pockets as we see Digizine has an up now. Bladestorm online as well. And when we see Furia timeouts, I did an analyst segment on the desk on this, always look for funky stuff to happen after. They usually try to flip the game on its head when they come out of a timeout and throw something at you you're not ready for. And look right in mid.
Yep.
With an op in mid. Is he just going to walk up and shake their hand? Crazy stuff. Digizine already in the combat zone.
And then MW0 looking for the support too. Paint shells needed through the TP. If he needs that support from the B site, the flash does get information onto at least one player out towards B long. And that was a flash thrown here by Matzine. But for NRG, we want to move in quickly. Showstopper already activated for Victor.
Yeah, pressure stopper.
Wait, it forces out to rotate.
Exactly.
Digizine is still waiting here at this cubby angle with this operator. Are we double guessing? We're second guessing for Furia. Staying back towards the back of B site.
Oh my god.
The barrel of the gun sticking out. Digizine does get that kill onto Finesse. But meanwhile, though, NRG has closed the gap, has made it into B site. Seekers to answer back, knowing that we're getting pressure towards elbow. Furia looking to fight back in that angle as well. As a plant, Elise comes down for NRG. All players are Furia towards the spawn. 3 players of NRG stacked inside the site, with Artis watching it from hookah. There's finding the first blood on the attempt to the retake for Furia. As we've eaten it up on a 4v4. Big flash now coming out from NRG as they pick up 3 kills out of that, leaving MW0 by himself. A great hole for NRG on the pulse line, off Crashy's flash. And this will seal the round now for NRG. The triple swing there. And now we are only 1 point away at tying up Bind.
They will not let Furia win a retake. And that, at the beginning of that round, I was like, oh my gosh, they're not letting Finesse mind game them on these rotations, right? Digizine came up on top of that play, but it didn't matter.
One enemy
The
remaining.
play still happening mostly inside the B site in the majority. And NRG still held that strong. Fist bumps all around, and like you said, within 1 round of tying this now. And like I said before, 100 Thieves had a great attack versus NRG, but when NRG got back on attack, that was a different Bind that we saw. Here, they're showing us once again how powerful they are at working the map and having the upper hand on their opponent once they get to the site. Let's see if they can get the plant down again here. 100% so far on this half for NRG.
Big snake bite pushing Khalil away. Another flash blinding MW0. Could be the same person in the eyes of NRG as they're looking to scale back into the control of U-Haul.
Loper.
Both plant. But Util tried to force him out. Som still gets it down as Artis gets the first into the round.
Very high tide. Coming around. Digizine slowly making his way towards Victor at this point.
Looking for the Bane switch. Hiding behind the wall, but Digizine comes back with the Bladestorm. Both of them hiding inside the smoke. It's Dusty. Vandal now picked up. Spraying across, but Finesse is the one that gets the kill.
Oh my gosh. What? just huddled there in the same spot. That's actually such a weird situation to be in because usually you are not planting if it doesn't feel like you have full control of the site. But yeah, they were very happy to set up this little fight, up, down, quick double stack towards that area. And with the wall set up, turned around behind them, it wouldn't work anyways if they did win the fight. Really clever stuff coming out of NRG there to mix up Furia on the take. 9-9 now. Still spending big. Operator on the side of Furia as we go straight for the showers. Flash through with an own smoke. Nicely done. Trying to break a little bit of space, but they do not get Furia to move just yet.
Now is a molly being thrown by Khalil towards showers just to push Victor back. NW0 has his pain shells. If NRG are looking to re-hit towards showers. Meanwhile, though, it's looking to be aggressive for a push into U-Haul. And that snakebite allows a finesse to put out that pit. And with the high tide again, potentially another cove plant. NW0 already used his pain shells as NRG are slowly walking in.
Right here.
Finesse used the same strategy before NRG did to actually rotate a team over to A and fake B. This time they full A, drawing out the ultimates and still having control. So that is not going to cook U-Haul. They still go for the plant with the orbital strike.
Yeah. But while the orbital strike came up, Fury were damaging this Sage wall, and it's about to drop. So might make it a little bit difficult here to go for the plant, so it comes down to this lurk out towards showers. Victor moving forward, MW0 looking to clear with his own
30
boombot.
seconds left.
And that's gonna foil the plans for a bit. It's gonna come down to the final seconds for this plant. As the high tide comes back up here for the attack. Som still gets a kill through the high tide that he put up, so that's Khalil to fall. That gives the opportunity for a late lurk to happen as the plant comes down for NRG. Opso 4 doesn't get any value. Reckoning out onto this post plant as Victor has that angle into showers. Finesse on that 1v1. Oh, the no-scope cannon from DGZine.
Oh my gosh.
Right into the chest. But Som gets that lurk out towards U-Haul. And now it seems that NW0 is just pinned out towards the A side, doesn't know where to go.
Save.
And it decides to go away to save his weapon. And just like that, it's NRG taking the lead for the second time into this game on Vine. Surprising because it was a pistol that they won.
An incredibly dominating half so far. NRG have planted every round and won every post plant on this attack. They are just not stopping. And Furia can't find an answer. They are absolutely just dumbfounded on how to get NRG down more than a few players before they're in the site. Som has been alive for the majority of these rounds and is one of the ones on the front line here. So NRG protecting each other so well, covering the angles, and absolutely using that util to the max to keep Furia back. No layers from Furia have worked yet to get back in these retakes. Low buy again. This is where NRG swings the round themselves. Look at that. The score line, just NRG dominating the second half.
And that's Som at the helm.
Toxins
At the
going
top
up.
here of the scoreboard for NRG, and for Furia, you see this Phantom being
screen
perked.
down.
Well, for MW0 that he saved in on that previous round, rather. Trying to play aggressive with the Jazine's Sheriff. But that wall coming up here from Finesse is just going to push them back. Trying to play this very patiently. QCK now being pushed away by Pain Shells, even a Trailblazer to clear out towards Hookah, so that nullifies the Judge.
Pretty quiet round from what we've seen before, Vance.
Exactly. And that's the thing, too. Furia, for the
Scout
first half
destroyed.
until now, has always been very, very loud.
Yep.
Very aggressive, and they don't have that opportunity now on this double duelist play on the defense to get too much value. NRG's doing a good job just using that utility to clear everything that they can before they move into these final hits.
A little bit of a hold shift around for now. A lot are here. I like the push up by Digizin to be ready for anything to come back across the map. And it
30
looks like
seconds
Cascade
left.
and the rest of this util will be the fake. Nobody's
TP.
there immediately. They have to regain the space,
Oh,
Vansili.
the timing on that. They double TP from the A side. They wanted to go for a trap play for Pain
No
Shells
way.
into Sands. But instead, NRG off this timing moves into an open A site.
How is there no call? No, they're not in
10
sight.
seconds left.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe they're ready to play full retake here, but it just looks like Furia got absolutely bamboozled. They are stronger coming back together on this eco round. So maybe they just wanted to get themselves to safety. We'll give them benefit of the doubt for a moment here as Digizine comes around the corner to crash his Phantom.
Yeah, Crash is just waiting there with the Vandal as he gets that easy pick off. We potentially had that power numbers back towards the spawn when QCK could maybe try to retake with the Judge, but there's a lot of that time that's being wasted so far. It's not looking here that Furia wants to try to attempt to hurt the economy of energy. Also not wanting to give away any of these ult orbs in a situation that seems to have lost for Furia. Also wanting to keep this Phantom that NWZ kept on that previous round.
Wow.
So protocols are in for Furia. The patient game, playing the long game on top of that and trying to get their money right until these final rounds of Bind.
NRG not letting Furia's timeout come into play, not letting any of these defensive strats affect them, and Finesse continues to call around what's happening on the map. Different wall set up here from the side of Furia, looking to just cover more towards Hookah. Maybe expecting Artist to get up, play for a battle res and somewhere on that B site. Double push towards Showers for Furia here. It's going to be a quick alt orb, it looks like, for MW Zera. So we could have a showstopper here that Furia is planning on in the next rounds. Oh my, he's so aggressive with the off.
Trying to do a little bit of a punish here from the timing of the Trailblazer. But the heal did come out here from Artist, so it was potentially a wallbang.
Here.
They haven't fully taken shower control yet either. Being very patient. Digizine back sight here trying to hold, but this looks like a commit for Energy. They've done this all 5 in the same spot, and they just set up this little protective area, and Furia does not seem like they can break it. Here comes the wall, here comes the cove. Plan is down with 2 and you all.
Artist is trying to get that punish with the Vandal against the operator of Digizine. Now wall gets instantly broken on the defender side. They're trying to retake, already 4 players inching in from Furia. The TP coming out too. Crash is looking for the late lurk. 3 players are inside the showers here for Fury as they're closing into the new boxes. Saw him with an off angle down towards Towels as Digizine does make the operator ring to make it the player advantage for Fury on this retake. And it's working out for the defenders. The lurk doesn't work out, but the flashing will. It's gonna blind so many, but he only gets 1. It's at halfway. It's up to Artist. He does get the first pick. The second one.
silly.
And back up to the tap.
Okay. But
then finally, the high-low then in the end.
Team A.
Furia is able to stop the bleeding as they get round number 10.
Finally locked out, find that defuse. A little bit more room on these rounds. They have so much to work through on the side of Energy, that just being their first retake of the second half. And that just tells you how punishing this has been. And a big factor for the retake, the start with the operator and the team flooding in together right here. We got a little sketchy there at the end. On somebody might have made a call that Artist was short, but he was indeed Showers. This operator. Oh, they hear the blast packs. Oh, spam through the wall from Victor.
What a pre-fired shot there. Predicting the repeat of somebody at least, and it's Digizine with the operator. And that will initiate Energy's fast take into the A site. Still a player behind here towards U-Haul, and that's QCK. Trying to find the timing as it gets the headshot to Finesse. Answered back though by Crashies as they're still looking for this plant, making sure that nobody else is pushing out for Fury, at least for now. Coast is clear. Cove is down. The plant now comes in.
Spike planted.
Oh.
It's rocket after rocket. Paint shells on the ground. No damage onto NW0 as he moves in. Out towards Showers now. The wall
Show goes on.
blocks the showstopper from doing any damage. Seekers then to get a bit of information. The flash to follow behind the Seekers. It's time for Crashies to play behind the towels. A flank coming out from Manzine as it's currently being watched by Artists. No kills are coming in yet. NRG with the protocol play. And Furia looking to fall back to pick the operator and save here. Do some damage, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, NRG's rich forward, and the operator doesn't get saved. A big round for Energy to put them at map point, and the economy broken for Furia.
There's no way they buy another op. Nope. That's huge. Digizine's at 100 credits. Crashies enjoying everything about it. It's that gum buff. He's still chewing gum. Gotta check that gum. So where will they go this time? Setting up, it looks like they do want to get Mazine to get some information down long B, but the ping is going there from NRG. Last time they played this, it was the hold shift round, walk up and find Mazine alone. That's how they started that round. It might look just like that again with a little bit of a lurk here from Finesse.
And this is one of those rounds that really hurt here for Furia. Breaking that streak from NRG's, the 8-round streak that they had. They win the round, then they lose this one here, and the economy's still in shambles. Thankfully, there's still a Blade Storm available for Digizine. This is pushing up here with QCK, trying to play the bait and switch out at short A. Meanwhile, for NRG, understanding the slow economy, trying to do the same thing, trying to see if Fury is going to try to do the same thing. To jump peek, find information, punish them as they try to gain this information. And thankfully here from Manzine, uses a Trailblazer first to confirm at least some sort of contact here at long.
That's the second time we've seen Finesse with lineups here on B. Super big fan of lineups that aren't in the post plant. They're helping to take. He has a few that land on the spot on the box at B and in Cubby. As the B site happens, Mazine is ready.
Artist had to stay alive here. Had that res, and it's Metzine to get 2. Finally, Finesse answers back. 40 seconds left. Smoke coming out to delay here on the defensive side. And NRG are looking to push back towards A. Still got a player waiting right here in front of your screen, in front of your eyes.
30 seconds left.
It's QCK with the judge.
You will be judged. Let's see how this works out.
NRG does have util for this if they want to try to clear it. They're looking for the walk play instead.
This would be huge. Oh, they're not even guns out!
Spike down A.
13 seconds left. Victor will hear the TP at least for one player. But the Digizine's already around the corner. There's the Blade Storm. Up draft and the right click.
Woo. You actually, a great hit there as we keep this one going. 12 to 11 now as Fury get another retake on this. You actually see Brimstone smokes now sometimes on top of that box with New Mine, and that and just around to the L box. So you don't have a Raze or a Digizine jumping up to frag your planter like so. So many good spams today. And not smoke spams, the wall spam. The better kind.
The annoying kind if you're on the receiving end, though.
They were so sure that this was clear, but you got to expect somebody around the corner every time, especially with Furia. And how they're always coming out of the woodwork. Timeout coming in here, looks like from NRG. They have a lot of alts to come out and use into the next round. They've seen that we actually just saw from NRG. They tried to molly out Mazine there in the garden area, right before the entrance into B.
Yeah.
I think that's where we saw that the molly from Finesse was going. So playing off the previous round where they killed, like I said, a solo Mazine there. Little things that NRG's trying to do. We still didn't see the molly hit though. Kind of refined. Hit the roof. Crowd's ready for this point.
And that's where you need players like Manzine to play out in the open like that to land shots like you did with the Guardian to really turn the round over in their favor. And
exactly.
Yes, and now it comes down to this final round of regulation. The money's back in favor for Furia's buy. And it will be potentially a judge or a rifle buy here for the last player for QCK, and it's going to be small shields with the Vandal. No operators from either end. But at least for NRG, they have ults to work with here. We mentioned that res on that previous round from Artis.
Yep.
Seekers to clear out sites. But for NRG off this timeout, it looks to be another protocol play, a default. Doing the same damage shots out towards long B. But what's changed here for Fury is this smoke coming down towards long B to try to delay as much as we could, wasting that utility from NRG very early into the round.
Exactly. You kind of try to fake out if somebody's grabbing orb, maybe get a molly out to try and deter that. Just going to be Vandal shots this time. Big push. And they know, they just use a Trailblazer B long, so they know they can keep pushing this in mid.
Digizine with the tailwind, stopped by Som, and those Seekers actually might call out the second player. NW0 pushed out, who's forced now to satchel away to safety. Raz then comes out, the advantage comes in for NRG into this round, but Manzine also pushed forward to get the position out towards long B.
Checking the flank quick as they still take the site slowly with this wall. It's hard for anybody in U-Haul to take this fight. And you never really want to stack everyone in U-Haul, so that 2v1 becomes NRG's once again.
Reckoning 2, Khalil now has to dance around. along as teammates as well. And there's that TP towards that
30
B site, but I've
seconds
mentioned that push from Manzi. Now the off angle towards the garden. Satchel in, he plays
Clear.
the patience game, and it's cleared by Song this time around. Only one more to go. Nice shot! Nice 2 shots from Khalil. A 3v1 now, at least a spike is planted for NRG. Khalil is leaning, lurking into the site. Some looking for the ground control back towards elbow.
Launching smoke.
And all they need to do now is play the pulse plant.
So smart.
Orbital
Pushing
strike
hookah.
into hookah. The peak, he saw the second player being finesse. But then Song gets that